So what guides allow us to do is they allow us to lay out our images, our text, all the elements that we have in our document in a more organized manner that takes into account the dimensions of the document. So what we first have to do is we have to enable the rulers on our document. So to find the rulers, what we do is we go to the option View at the top, then we go to Rulers, and what we have to do is we just have to make sure this is ticked. If it's already ticked, that's great. As you can see, the shortcut for rulers is Command R, or it'll be Control R for Windows. So I'm just going to press on that. And what you can see is now we have rulers at the top and at the side of our canvas area. So what we can do with these rulers, first of all, it's very handy because it allows us to measure the dimensions of our document. And perhaps if you want to align things to the 100 mark, you can see whereabouts the 100 mark is. As you can see at the top on the ruler itself, there's a little slider that's moving in relation to where my cursor is. So it's very handy just to have, just to make sure that we're in the right area of the document. But the great thing about rulers is we can create guides. So to create a guide, it's hard to explain, but I'll do it first and then it'll make more sense as we do it. So what we have to do to create a guide, we can either create a horizontal guide or a vertical guide. So for a horizontal guide, you have to go to the top ruler, and for the vertical, you have to go to the left ruler. I'm going to start off with a horizontal guide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over the ruler itself. I'm going to hold down my left mouse key and then drag out a guide. And as you can see, it gives us a small value, which is the Y value to which this line is currently aligning. And I'm going to do it at around the 400 mark, just for demonstration purposes. Now, as you can see, it's very hard to actually get the 400 pixels perfectly. So if you want to get the 400 pixels, what you have to do is zoom in first. So what we can do is we can place our guide randomly here. I'm then going to go to my keyboard and press Command plus or Control plus for Windows. As you can see, we're zooming in slowly. And I'm going to get nice and close until these values on the ruler become much more precise. I'm now going to reposition myself with the hand tool, which is here on the left-hand toolbar, where as you can see the shortcut is just H for both Windows and Mac. I'm then going to go back to my selection key because I can't change the guide with my hand tool. So I'm going to go back to the selection or move tool, which is V on the keyboard. And I'm now going to drag the guide again. As you can see, the cursor changed when I hovered over the guide. Changed to this kind of line with two arrows pointing up and down. I can now drag the guide and go to the 400 mark, which I can see on the left-hand bar with my ruler. And as you can see, the values are much more precise. And now I can find the perfect 400 pixels. So I can now let go. And now this guide is always going to be on the 400 pixel mark. So now that I have zoomed out, we have a guide at the 400 pixel mark. Now what I can basically do with guides, which is very handy, is I can align my content to this guide. So for example, I have my sample header here. What I can do is I can move it, and as you can see, it's going to snap to the header. So I'm just dragging it, and as you can see, it's very freeform, but when I'm getting close to the guide itself, it snaps to it, which is very handy because if I just want to align it to that, then it'll give it to me easily. So I'm going to align it to the bottom, like that. Now the other handy thing about guides is if I wanted to align a guide to the text itself, so I didn't want to move the text to the guide, but rather I wanted to get a guide to the text, what I have to do is make sure that my text layer is selected on the right hand layer panel. I can then go to my left hand ruler here, which is the vertical ruler, and I'm just going to drag out a new guide, just like we did before. And as you can see, it's going to snap to the text layer itself without me having to actually fiddle around with precise values. So I can just let go. And as you can see, it is now perfectly aligned along both of these guides. I can also do that for the horizontal if I wanted another guide underneath it. And just to complete it, I can get another one and it works here too. So as you can see, creating guides is very simple. We can just literally drag them out and it will snap to. The other great thing about guides is, say I wanted to make a selection that started along these guides. I'm going to demonstrate this with the Polygonal lasso tool. So this is the third option down on the left-hand toolbar. If you just hold it down, it's going to be the second one. And I'm just going to select that. And if I wanted to create a selection and I wanted it to stick to the guide, if I press close to the guide, you'll see that it will snap to the guide itself, which is very handy. If I just create another point just by left-clicking, if I wanted it to snap to the guide, once again, it shows me a preview of it snapping to the guide itself. And it will just do like that. It will snap to the corner as well, which is great. I'm just going to get rid of that because I don't actually want to create a shape. This was more for demonstration purposes. So just press escape and we'll get out of that. If I already have a selection, so I'm just going to go to the Marquee tool. If I just create a selection, just like our header snap to the guides, our selection will also snap to the guides, which gives us the perfect dimensions, which is great if we want to lay out things. Now I'm just going to deselect that with Command D. Now if I want to preview my document without the guides, but I don't want to actually get rid of the guides themselves, what I could do is I can press Command H or Ctrl H for Windows. And the function we've basically just completed is the hide function. So it's basically hidden all of the guides that we have so that we can get a clean preview of our document itself. If I then wanted to get it back, all I had to do is do the exact same shortcut, which is Command H. You can also do this by going to View and unticking the option that says Extras. But as you can see, the command is Command H. And there we go. I'm just going to quickly turn them back on by pressing Command H again. Now the last thing we can also do is remove the guides themselves. So if we're unhappy with a guide, for example, if I no longer wanted this guide here, what I'd have to do is go to the Move tool and make sure that this is selected so that I can actually select the guide itself. Hover over it, and it's a bit difficult to explain, but the easiest way to do this is to just slide your mouse, hold on to it, slide your mouse to the edges of your canvas, so out of the way, and let go. But you want it to do it in a quick motion. You don't want to do this because it will just put it here, which we don't want. So you have to do like that, and then it's suddenly gone. And as you can see, it no longer exists within our plane. Again, if you wanted to do it with the horizontal one too, all you'd have to do is make a quick motion and it's gone. So you have to hold onto it, drag it, and then release when your mouse is moving at speed. Basically, it's a really hard one to explain, but that's basically what you have to do, like that. If you wanted to remove all of your guides, so let's just say we had another guide, I'm just going to quickly drag one in again. What you can do is you can go to View and Clear Guides, and that will remove all of your guides for you. So if you enjoyed this video, do consider subscribing. If you haven't seen any of the other Photoshop classes that we have on MyDesignClass, then go to the playlist on the channel itself. There is a playlist called Photoshop Classes, which is literally dedicated to Photoshop tutorials.